Hey y'all, welcome back to Exploring Ooey's. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today I'm sharing about the second trimester. I am finally in the third trimester. I'm so thankful that we made it this far. And so now I can tell you how the second trimester went, the symptoms, what to expect, tips, that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the second trimester is weeks 13 to 26. And I think it's the best trimester so far. Obviously, I haven't finished my third trimester, so I'm biased, but it's definitely better than the first trimester in my opinion. You get a lot more of your energy back. My morning sickness went away, and it was just such a cool time. You see the kicks, you feel the kicks, you find out the gender if you want to find out the gender. You go to the doctor a lot more, so you get to hear her heartbeat a lot more, see her every once in a while, make sure everything's good. So I really liked the second trimester. It was super fun for me. But I'm going to go through week by week. I have a journal of everything. Otherwise, I forget. Pregnancy brain is real. I'm so sorry to all the people I doubted. It's a real thing. My brain is gone, and I run out of breath very easily. So I'm going to take a break and get some water. Okay, if you saw my last video of the first trimester, I talked about weight gain and how it was difficult to gain weight because I was so sick and so nauseous and throwing up all the time. In the second trimester, I definitely did see an improvement in gaining weight every week. I have it all written down, but I'm not going to tell you because that's not really interesting. But it does fluctuate. I went from 129 to 131 to 129 to 131, and then it started increasing gradually after that. But I say don't worry too much about your weight. If you're eating healthy and you're exercising well or trying to exercise, you can start doing that in the second trimester. First trimester, I did not exercise at all because I was sick and I wanted to lay down all the time. But second trimester, you start getting that energy back and start doing that. So don't worry too much about weight gain. I liked having it so that I can, look back, see how much weight I've gained and see the fluctuations because I'm a data person, but you don't really need to do that. I'm just weird. So week 13, I had the end of my COVID, horrible, fatigue, nausea, and acne. That was lovely. But then it gets so much better after that. COVID goes away for me, and then the nausea went away week 13. So week 14, I still felt fatigue. Cravings really hit hard. Week 14, I was just craving everything. I haven't done like the weird pickles and stuff like that. It's mostly sweets or fried chicken, or like I'll see something and I need it immediately. So if I see someone eating a Cuban sandwich, I need a Cuban sandwich right now, or I'm going to cry. And then acne, that was fun. My skin started breaking out. They say that if you're having a girl, she steals your beauty. I don't know, I think it's more of the hormones, but I started getting acne, and then headaches, really bad headaches. I try not to take any pills while pregnant. That's just my personal preference. So I did try not to take anything. Some days I had to take some Tylenol just because the headaches hurt so bad. And it wasn't like a coffee withdrawal headache. It's just like a piercing headache. Week 15, more acne, headaches, and body aches. That just sounds like a horrible week. Week 16, acne and back pain. So you could see that I'm getting more body aches at this time, probably because I was growing a little more, and you could start seeing a little baby bump. Week 17, feeling great! Exclamation point, nosebleeds. So I think week 17 was a turning point for the fatigue, for the headaches, for the body aches. My body was finally getting into the groove of things, getting used to being pregnant, 17 weeks of being pregnant. I did, however, notice nosebleeds like every morning. My nose would just bleed, and then it's sometimes randomly in the afternoon. They say that because you have so much extra blood your body's making, that's normal. So if that happens to you, don't freak out. I never had nosebleeds before, and I do still, even in the third trimester, have nosebleeds every once in a while. Week 18, stomach problems and congestion. That was like similar to the nosebleeds. Like I just had a lot going on up there and it was gross. But week 19, I started feeling the kicks, her little kicks. I started feeling, or her punches, whatever she was doing to me. And I have written down, my bump is so big. So I was really excited. My bump was finally getting to the point where people see you and they know you're pregnant, which is good and bad because some people are invasive and other people just stare at you like you're some weird creature. But my bump got big week 19, started feeling the kicks. Oh my gosh, the first kick is just amazing, and Neil can feel the kicks at that time too. So it was just really fun. Week 20, my skin started clearing up. There's a lot of, this is like personal. There's a lot of changes to your body, obviously, you're having a kid. So there's some things that leave your body. You notice different things happening. Let's just say that. Week 21, hot, swelling feet. I really started feeling the like heat flashes at that time. That was rough, and my feet swelled for the first time. They don't really swell that much now. I was just outside for too long, not enough water, walking around in really tiny flip-flops, and they just would not go back into the flip-flops because they were too swollen. Week 22, exhausted by 8 p.m., happy though. I really like my weekly recaps. This is when I couldn't, like I had energy, so in the day I have energy to walk around and to do things. It's not like first trimester energy is gone, but it's like at a certain time at night, I'm done. So 8 o'clock hit and I was completely wiped out and I needed to fall asleep. The problem with that though is first trimester I had trouble sleeping because of excitement at first, and then she would wake me up in the middle of the night and I could not go back to bed. Second trimester, you're peeing a lot more, so you're waking up a lot more, and at a certain point you become restless. So if I went to bed at 8 p.m., then I woke up at 2 a.m. and I could not go to bed until like 6 a.m. So the sleeping patterns are weird. Everyone says while you're pregnant, enjoy the rest, but you can't enjoy the rest because you're exhausted and your body is not letting you sleep. But I was happy, apparently, with my weekly update. Week 23, bloody gums, but good energy. So look at that. There's a negative and a positive. Your gums do become really sensitive. It happens even in the first trimester, but it only happened to me in the second trimester. It's gone now, but they are very sensitive and they bleed. That's normal, so nothing to be scared about. Week 24, peeing every 30 minutes. Apparently I was very upset about this. And oh my gosh, leg circulation. I completely forgot about that. It's still happening now, but it's like part of my everyday life that I just think it's normal now. At week 24, my leg, only one of them, the right one, loses its circulation or blood pressure or something because of the way the baby's positioned, and so I can't stand up for a certain amount of time. I need to lay down or lift my leg up, and it's still happening, and that started in week 24, and there's nothing you can do about it except stretching. Sciatica stretches really help with that, but it still happens. So there's no cure. I talked to my doctor. It'll be okay. It'll end very soon. Week 25, emotional and very hot. That's when I guess the hormonal, emotional changes started happening for me. And I live in Florida. It's very hot, but I have heat flashes now. I sweat so fast, and if I step outside to the car, I'm completely drenched in my own sweat, and it's disgusting, and I'm so hot. And then last week of the second trimester, low energy and peeing a lot. So you could kind of see, like, at the beginning of the second trimester, my energy starts coming back, and then it kind of dips when I'm going into the third trimester. I do still have energy now, but the second trimester energy is a different level. It's like your pre-pregnancy energy. It's amazing. But growing a baby takes a lot out of you, and I'm okay with having low energy. I'm okay with being tired. I'm okay with it. Everything's good. The second trimester was amazing because you get to learn more about your baby, and you get to grow, and you get to see all the changes, and your partner gets to experience it with you. So it's just a really great time. But that is the second trimester. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Some of the resources I use, same thing. I'm using the What to Expect Baby app. That one tells you like, oh, your baby is the size of a blank this week. Like this week, I think I'm the size of a coconut. And then it tells you everything that she's doing inside, like if she's starting to hiccup, what body parts are being built, can she breathe, that kind of stuff. And then it gives you symptoms that you should expect, but that's like, it gives you a list of like all of them that everyone has ever had. And don't be scared of that, because I don't really have as many symptoms as everyone else did. I think everyone's different, and every pregnancy is different. The books I read second trimester, the Mom Strong book, which is not a pregnancy book, but it was something that was super encouraging because I am becoming a first-time mom. And so I really liked that one. I think it's by Heidi St. John, but I would have to check on that. So read that one, and then I read the first 40 days just to get me prepared for postpartum, because while I had energy, I wanted to read about a time where I will have no energy to read. So I read the first 40 days, and it has like recipes in the back, and so I really liked that. But I think that's all the resources I used in the second trimester. I just really spent more time at home, relaxed, had baby shower, spent time with family, and just took care of my body in order for her to grow healthily. So I will let you guys know what happens in the third trimester very shortly. I'm hoping that she's here like on a reasonable time. I don't want her to come too early, but I'm hoping that she's not too late. I'm hoping that she's here at a reasonable time, and I'll share what the third trimester was like, and then eventually the fourth trimester. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any tips for me for the third trimester, let me know in the comments below, please. I would love that, and I'm just so excited to share the rest of this journey with you guys.